Hello everyone, this is Sibarth. Welcome to today's discussion. In this session, we will explore an important editorial from The Hindu dated 27th December 2024 titled An Avoidable Tragedy. This article highlights a critical issue, that is crowd management, and the recurring tragedies caused by human induced disasters like stampedes. We know natural disaster and stampedes are your human induced disasters. We'll not only analyze the article but also identify essential keywords and that are extremely useful for your GS as well as essays preparation. Together we will explore their meanings, similar terms, and how to effectively use these in our GS and essay papers. So the editorial starts by highlighting India's chronic failure in ensuring public safety during large gatherings where it happens like in the events like your religious festivals, political rallies, and celebrity appearances. In such cases, there is the large gathering of masses, and government is miserably failed in providing public safety during these events, and it is highlighted by a data that is National Crime Records Bureau reveals that between 1996 and 2022, India recorded more than 3,000 stampede incidents, which results into more than 3,000 deaths. Okay, so it is huge. So this data is important while we are writing intro, depending upon the demand of the question. Also, one more fact: India is arguably the country with the highest number of stampedes. Okay, so the green color indicates you that you must remember these facts. Okay, the first keyword in this editorial we are finding is your chronic failure. What do you mean by chronic failure? It refers to repeated systemic inefficiencies. Okay, systemic inefficiencies. So similar keywords for chronic failure will be systemic failure. Try to note down along with me. Okay. Systemic failure, or you can say recurring failure, recurring inefficiency. These are the similar keywords for your chronic failure. Where you can use it, like in your governance challenges in GS paper 2, also in disaster management GS paper 3. Another important keyword is your religious gathering. Here it is, religious gathering. The events often draw massive crowds, increasing the risk of stampedes. Religious gathering. Similar keyword for religious gathering is your spiritual congregation, or you can say mass events. Spiritual congregation reminds me an event that happened in this year in the month of July in the state of UPSC, Hathras incident. You can in the exam you can give the example of Hathras incident. Okay, where a spiritual Baba arranged like a spiritual congregation due to stampede. Okay, it registered 120 people, death of 120 people. It is huge. Okay, so religious gathering, similar keywords like spiritual congregation, mass events. The editorial further mentions another keyword, that is stampede fatalities. Here it is. So this refers to that deaths caused by overcrowding or chaos. Okay, similar keywords will be your overcrowding casualties. Okay, overcrowding casualties. Event tragedies associated with such mass events. Event tragedies. One interesting phrase highlighted is fan fervor. Fan fervor. Okay, it refers to that the excitement among the fans that can sometimes spiral into dangerous situation. Okay, and you all know the news that during the release of Pushpa 2 movie in Hyderabad, okay, inside the theater premises, in the presence of Allu Arjun, the stampede happened. A 35-year-old man lost her life. Okay, so it is painful. So the fan forward, okay, the similar keywords will be like your public enthusiasm, okay, public enthusiasm, mass hysteria. So next, let's talk about a critical observation in the editorial, that is a recurring pattern of negligence, mismanagement, and inadequate planning. You can as such write this. Okay, let me highlight in yellow color. That is recurring pattern of negligence, mismanagement, and inadequate planning. Okay, so this phrase emphasizes systemic problems. There is a systemic problem that repeatedly lead to such disasters. Related terms can be your cyclical issues. Okay, cyclical, recurring pattern, cyclical issues. Okay, it is happening repeatedly, or you can say periodic issues, repeated occurrence. These are the keywords for recurring pattern. Okay, so the editorial suggests some solutions, like starting with the need for crowd safety. Okay, the need for crowd safety. So it is another keyword for us, that is crowd safety. Similar keywords like your event security or public safety, you can say. So for crowd safety, keywords will be like your public safety, event safety. Okay, another actionable suggestion is emergency preparedness. If anything emergency happens, we must be prepared beforehand. Okay, so another keyword we are getting here is emergency preparedness. Similar keywords will be like contingency planning. Okay, for emergency preparedness, similar keywords are contingency planning, disaster readiness. You can use in your GS paper 3 disaster management. The last keyword here we are getting is a non-negotiable standard. Non-negotiable standard. What it refers? That essential safety benchmarks that must be followed. That must be followed to avoid tragedies. Okay, there is no chance of negotiation. It is non-negotiable. Related terms for non-negotiable standards: mandatory protocols. Okay, for non-negotiable standard, related terms here: mandatory protocols. Okay, essential guidelines. Okay, so here we are getting another important line, which I will highlight in green color so that it is worth reading again. India ought to ensure the safety of citizens, whether they gather for faith, fandom, and politics. Okay, so use this phrase, that is faith, fandom, and politics. So you can use it as conclusion. If you observe, like this year topper, rank 2, okay, rank 2, he like I have observed in his essay, Animesh Pradhan, okay, he used to use such keywords more frequently, like triple C, triple F. Okay, here it is double FF and P. Okay, wherever possible he will use, like he is well versed in this thing. Okay, triple R. Okay, so here it is a good phrase like faith, fandom, or politics. Also here something important we will highlight in green color, that is, it is important to consider spatial and thermal comfort while we are organizing an event, mass event. We must consider spatial comfort. Okay, there must be sufficient space for the people, they will gather there. Okay, and their thermal comfort also provide sufficient hydration facilities to prevent exhaustion. Okay, so to sum up, this editorial sheds lights on critical gaps in crowd management and offer practical solutions. Like here, it is the practical solution. The keywords we discussed, like chronic failure, fanfare, emergency preparedness, are not just terms, but these are essential to enhance the quality of your answers. Remember, using precise and impactful language. These are the keywords. Okay, using these keywords supported by relevant examples, as I gave you, like Allu Arjun example and Hathras example. Okay, so when impactful language supported by examples can make your GS answers and essays stand out. So keep practicing and keep refining, and I will see you in the next discussion. Thank you for joining.